Okay, we're back with more bonus features. So let's get to it. Right. Oh, I should probably give myself a better live feed than or an actual live feed. Otherwise, this will be awkward. Huh. All right, let's go. Moving picture. No, moving pictures. All right. Let's go. Let's watch the rest of these. The visuals in this video may differ from that in the video game.
そしてそうむしろ致命的に矛盾しているのです。
何をなさっているのですか、なるほど様。
ああ、スサトさん、見ての通りちょっと張り切っているのです。
張り切って？
来年発売予定の大逆転裁判で奇跡の出会いが待っているのですが、その人物と今日この大法廷で一足早く会えるらしいのです。日本男児としてやり手なところを見せておきたいじゃないですか。
おお、やる気でございますね、なるほど様。
でもなんだかちょっと怖いですね、夜の大法廷は。
先ほど見物したロンドン島恐怖展もそれは恐ろしゅうございましたから。
佐藤さん、ロンドン中の催し物を調べ上げていますよね。
明日見て回る恐怖展の予定もかっちり組み上げてありますとも。
別に恐怖限定でなくてもいいと思うけど。ところでさっきから何か聞こえませんか？
そういえばこの大法廷、幽霊が出るという噂がございます。
やめてください。ロンドン島恐怖展の直後でやや敏感になっていますから。何者だ！
なるほど。どうやら全て見えたようだ。我が名推理がささやく真実。君の正体はズバリ殺害されたイタリア人のコック長だ。自分が死んだことにも気がつかず大法廷をさまよっているとはね。死んだなら死んだらしくその辺に転がっているがいい。死人め。
まさかあなたはあの世界的な名探偵シャーロック・ホームズ様。
It's been translated.
僕のことをご
You
存
could
知
hear
なの
it.
ですか？
もちろんでございます。ご活躍いつも拝見しております。シャーロック・ホームズの冒険。
Yeah, he was Sherlock Holmes in the original game.
初歩さ。ほんの初歩的な推理だよ、ワトソン君。
Watson.
本に書いてあった通りです。
ありえないことを消去すれば後に残るのは真実だけなのだよ。
それも本に書いてありました。
Wait, why is there a knife in this?
べらぼうな言いがかりは何なんだ？
名推理と言いがかりは紙一重の運次第なのだよ。
それは本に書いてありませんでした。
Why is there a knife in his
どう
back?
いうことですか？殺されたイタリア人のコック長って。
実にいい質問だ、コック長君。では始めるとしよう。シャーロック・ホームズの推理を。僕はね、つい先ほど電報で事件の通報を受けてここへ来たのだ。大法廷にてイタリア人コック殺害さる。
大法廷。
イタリア人。
そう、僕の完璧な読みに間違いなどありえないのさ。異国の技物、刃物といえばもうコック長に間違いない。キラリと光る五つ星は生前の腕前を物語っている。一見かなり東洋人っぽいが地球規模で見れば気にはならない。そして背中に突き刺さったナイフ、とっくに死んでいる証拠だ。故に君はどこから見てもイタリア人で死んでいてコック長だ。 この大法廷には幽霊が出るという噂らしいよ。
今の名推理、どこから見てもさっきの電報の後付けじゃないですか。
だって背中に深々と刺さっているそのナイフを見れば明らかだろ。
あ、これおもちゃです。
え？
ロンドン島恐怖展の売店ではしゃぎで買ってまいりました。
まさかとは思うが、今さら死んでないなんて言い出すつもりじゃないだろうね。
死んでません。
しかしイタリア人の死んだコック長でないとしたら、君は一体何者なのだ。
はい、僕は弁護士のなるほど龍之介です。大日本帝国から司法を学ぶため、この大英帝国に留学してきました。
私は御言葉すさとと申します。なるほど様をお助けする法務助手でございます。
というのは世を忍ぶ仮の姿。その正体はイタリア人のコック長という可能性はみじんもないのか。
ありません。
ホームズ様、よろしければその電報見せていただけますか。
これは、この電報明らかに矛盾している。
え？
よく見てください。大法廷ではなく大法廷です。
大法廷。
あ、そういえば裁判所の近くに大法廷というイタリア料理店があるそうです。陸軍に伝わる恐怖の大砲で焼いたピッツァが名物なのだとか。
なんだって。
そう、あなたは電報の事件現場を完璧に読み間違えたのです。
大英帝国の電報なのに日本語のネタってどうなんだ。
それでは今回はこの辺で。今度はゲームでお会いしましょう。
次回もそれは見事な名推理を披露させてもらおうかな。
僕だって大法廷に立って怪事件を見事料理してやります。
ではコック長君、うまいカルパッチョを所望するよ。
だから僕はイタリア人でもコック長でもありませんから。
Anyway, Special Trials 2017, and I'm already liking what this looks like.
これより逆転裁判15年を振り返る特別法廷を開廷します。弁護側、検察側とも準備はよろしいですかな。
準備以前にどこですか、ここは。
大審院、大日本帝国の法廷です。いわゆる明治時代の。
いわゆる明治時代。
あ、それってもしかしてご先祖様とかいるのかも。
もっと驚こうよ、迷いちゃん。
どうやら時空がねじれたようです。あまり気にしないことです。
Why is he
そ
Cabo
れでは
please?
検察側はいかがですかな。準備の方は。
なんというか、僕弁護士なのですけど。
今日はいろいろな都合でそちらに立っていただきます。
何やら大人の都合のほのかな香りがいたしますね。
失礼ですけど、ケンジさん、あなたはどなたですか。妙に親近感があるような。
確かに僕も同じことを考えていました。なんというか、とても他人とは思えないというか。
それではせっかくなのでお互い自己紹介を願いましょうか。
僕は弁護士のなるほど龍之介であります。
なるほど お兄様では？何しろギザギザが多いですから。
生き別れの兄にはあいにく覚えがありません。
聞いたことがあるぞ。僕の先祖に龍之介という名前の弁護士がいるって。
じゃあ、あのおじいさんは
僕のご先祖様？
今さりげなくおじいさん呼ばわりでございましたね。
なんだか妙に老け込んだ
I feel old if I met my ancestors or my
やっぱ
descendants.
りそういうことだったんだ。お隣のあなたは私のご先祖様なんですね。おしとやかで凛としてて、まさに理想のご先祖様。子孫の綾里迷いです。私は法務助手の御言葉すさとでございますが。
完全に
Yeah,
赤の他人だったね。
not related at all.
なんだろう、この強烈ながっかり感。なんだか申し訳ございません。せっかくですから、この際綾里家の先祖になってください。綾里すさと、確かに語呂は良いかと存じますが。
人類史上かつてない不条理なお願いをされましたね、スサトさん。
語呂はいいのにな。綾里すさと。
本日は逆転裁判15周年の1年間を振り返るものとします。
15周年ですか？
ええ、2001年初代逆転裁判が誕生。それを記念してこの1年いろいろやってきましたね。
そうそう、今年の1月にはでっかいイベントをやったり、15周年特別法廷、あれは楽しかったよね。
ああ、15年という時の重さをみんなと噛み締めたってね。
But now it's 20 years.
一言よろしいでしょうか。
何ですか？
時の重さをかみしめる記念であるのならば、まずなるほど様の生誕100年以上こそ祝うべきではございませんか。
100年以上？
やめましょう、スサトさん。時が重すぎて床が抜けます。
いやはや、まさに人生の先輩。ありがたいありがたいや。
拝まれてしまいましたね。
気軽に明治を振り回すのは控えた方が良さそうです。
それに去年は舞台をやったり、ついにテレビアニメにもなったりね。
Yeah, there are a bunch of stage plays.
私たちも毎週お楽しみだったよね。
待った！
テレビ？
アニメ？
Oh?
一体何のことか。一から説明してもらおうじゃありませんか。
100年の壁は分厚いみたいだな。
Mm-hmm.
やっぱり。
あと今年はあれもありましたね。オーケストラコンサート。なんと9年ぶりだったそうです。
Yep.
9年分の感動があったよね。私泣いちゃったもん。
待った！
オーケストラ？
They had orchestras back then.
コンサート？
They had. They.
ああ、交響楽団の演奏会ですか。
Okay.
それは
Good. Good.
先祖でもわかりますね。
ベートーベン様、モーツァルト様、
Mm-hmm.
バッハ様。素敵でございます。
全く読めないけど納得してくれたみたいだ。
この頃の何でも漢字で書いちまえって風潮、何だったんだろうね。
確かにね。
いや
シェイクスピアが「サオー」だっけ？
Yeah.
じゃあなるほどくんはさしずめなるおだね。
沖縄はやめようか。
Uh,
こっちも老け込んだ気分になるよ。
そしてつい先日8月3日のことでしたね。大日本帝国国民待望の大逆転裁判2、ついに発売。
え
ありがとうございます。いやー、僕たちもしっかり遊ばせてもらいましたよ。
私だってすっかり感動しちゃったもん。
あ、そうだね。何しろ全ての謎が今解き明かされましたからね。
はい。
あれ、どうかしましたか？
その一言がこの数年強烈な重圧だったもので、
ご先祖様の方にもいろいろあったのでございます。
何しろ全てはご先祖から始まったわけです。いやはや、ありがたやありがたや。
意義あり。お言葉ですが、裁判長のただいまの発言は完全に矛盾しています。
なんですと？どういうことですか？
実はさっきからずっと気になっていたんですけど、ご先祖様ある種やけに滑らかに動いてますよね。
あれ、そうかな。
ほら、それです。
確かに。なるほどくん、机を叩くのにパカパカと絵が2コマしかないよ。
ちなみに意義ありはどんな感じですか？
意義あり。意義あり。さすがにそれは嘘でしょう。
とにかくこのパカパカっぷり、僕としてはこっちこそが先祖であり元祖の気分です。
反論できない。
つまりお互いが先祖であり、そして元祖である、と。それは時空がねじれるのも無理はございませんね。
それではそろそろ閉廷の時間です。
それで僕たちどうやって帰ればいいのですか？21世紀に。
明治の街をブラブラして時間を潰すというのはいかがでしょう？
大帝都東京は華やかですから、100年なんてあっという間ですよ。
どうやら何としてもあの一言を僕に言わせる流れみたいですね。
おお、先祖と元祖、夢の共演だね。それでは逆転裁判のさらなる発展を祈って皆様もご一緒に。せーの。
時代は回る。きっとそういうことですね。
それではまたどこかでお会いいたしましょう。
Alright, we already did this one, we already did this one in, indictment in day 1. So, let's go to day 1 adjudication. Just strap in, boys. It's gonna probably be a while. The jury has reached a decision. The first charge is for you. The defense wishes to make a closing statement. Myself and my client are very much opposed to leaking information, my lord. However, a few minor spoilers can't really hurt, surely. I mean, I'm sure that Mr. Schultz will appear. It will. A few minor spoilers, you say? You fail to grasp the magnitude of the situation. The appearance of this detective character can never be described as minor, Mr. Nahodo. The prosecution's last statement and entire argument is completely inconsistent. I beg your pardon. If, as you say, you wish to keep news of your appearance a secret, Mr. Sholmes, then standing for the prosecution in this public trial as you are, that act is surely a spoiler in itself. I couldn't deny that there's a possibility that doesn't make some logical sense. Very well, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, sir. Thank you for leading to the court. It would appear the matter is settled then. 7.
なるほど、龍之介。今夜の判決は無罪。やれ。
Dear me.
賢明なる陪審員諸君とは思えない結果だね。
ありがとうございました。
待った。
I happen to know of a certain gentleman who got thoroughly estranged in revealing a few minor spoilers. You do? Yes, I know your kind too well. You're the sort of person who would blithely say that someone needed her like Sholmes' story. Sholmes, you say? The man who dies off the cliff and such like. But later on, it turns out he didn't actually die at all, and so on. He's right. There should be a spoiler alert at the start of this trial, but I'm sure the details aren't quite right. I hereby call an end to this defendant. Bleh. I trust you all shall attend the next trial. Hopefully we go as well today, and Mr. Naruto will be acquitted again. That is all. Court is adjourned until the second trial tomorrow evening. Till we get to know. Alright. Alright.
なるほど龍之介の罪深き7日間第2夜。
Oh, Bailey. I instinctively pressed the A button. I hereby call this order the trial of the defendant Ryunosuke Naruto. Are the counsels of the prosecution defense ready to proceed with the second trial? Kazuma Asaki for the defense, my lord. Yes, I'm ready. How much trouble for prosecution, my lord? As so, ever in complete and utter readiness. And I am ever in complete and utter unreadiness. What's this stop? I really have no idea what I'm supposed to have done! The crime of which you stand accused today, dear, is that of dishonoring a lady. Dishonoring? A lady? Indeed, the accused is judicial assistant, in fact. Judicial assistant Mikotoba. I still remember clearly the words out of the accused's mouth at the restaurant. As the lady in question rose from her seat to leave, she had forgotten her purse. You recall it, I presume it? You blurted from your lips, Naruto? Yes, I think it was something like... Oh, that looks like Sasada-san's purse. I think you're forgetting something, Sasada-san. Sasada-san! The accused insulted the lady by mispronouncing her name not once, but 3 times! Graceless blunder, but... No buts. My learners, remember that third attempt of Susan? You was fairly so close to Swan! Ah! Just try it for yourself. Try saying the same thing 3 times in a row and see how you get that. You'll quickly find out harder than your average tongue twister. The truth is, names of that previous paper are a death trap for the mouth. The accuser has wrought great disgrace with an ill-fated twist of the tongue, for which the prosecution seeks the harshest of sentences. In summary, then, the court must decide the following. It is failing to say Sasada-san correctly 3 times in rapid succession, a crime worthy of punishment or merely a result of a punishing name for the tongue. The most beautiful names have the right to be pronounced beautifully. The prosecution has called for strict penal action and yep, will you find him guilty or innocent? What say you, juror? Until tomorrow. Tomorrow then, we'll see how this case ends. Help me! Whoops. No! Why? Why is this so hard to not? Alright, let's see how the people voted this time. The jury has reached a decision against the second charge brought against Ryunosuke Naruto. The defense wishes to make a closing statement. It's clear that both names have too many S sounds that are very hard to say. So if anyone is guilty here, it's whoever conceded such a name in the first place. I'm afraid that's our chicanery won't help you here. You see, I'm a bit of a step ahead of you from the start. But what do you mean, a step ahead? Susada-san is child's play. You Japanese have vowels between your S's. But we English men share the devil in the face with the fiendish triple S. What? Go ahead. Try it if you dare. A rapid fire triple Mr. Sato. Mr. Sato, Mr. Sato, Mr. Sato. Mr. Sato, Mr. Sato. Susada-san! A step ahead, that let's claim was a step too far. I beg your pardon? Since the beginning of this trial, you've been paying careful attention to your pronunciation, Mr. Sholmes. And I'd say you've been doing your utmost to avoid saying the name of the lady in question. Ah. It's always been the lady in question, or your judicial assistant, or some such. Why? Simple. Because you know that you're very likely to dishonor the lady by mispronouncing her name yourself. I couldn't deny that this is something which I haven't. Bleh. Can't read this fast enough. Pretty sure these were actually voted on, so there has to be some way that. I hereby call on to this week. Bleh. I trust you shall attend the next trial. It looks as though my job here is done, partner. Thanks, Kazuma. I'll treat Susada-san to something sweet to say sorry. Good idea. I'm sure Digital Assistant Mikitoba will be touched. You're trying to avoid saying it too, aren't you? The lady in question's name. That's all. Court's adjourned until the third trial tomorrow evening. Alrighty. Let me get the job.
Naruhodo Ryunosuke no Tsumibukaki 7日間第3夜。
I hereby call this order in the trial of the defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. The counsel is ready for the prosecution, ready to pursue. Bleh. Well, Iris Wilson for the defense. I'm ready for anything, my lord. My lord. Our luck shown for prosecution, my lord, as ever, in complete and utter readiness. And I am ever completely unprepared. It's gonna be ridiculous. Now I am right. My name be dragged from the mud. Now, in this night, you stand accused of overindulgence. Are you recall the incident? Of course I don't recall it. I've never heard of such overindulgence as a crime. Yet, you've illustrated the point with a bellicose objection. Here we go. The defendant early explains what he's talking about. Before that, can someone get a box for her? Maybe the defense up to a slightly higher level. An excellent suggestion. Right, where is the potato crates kept in this courtroom? There we go. Oh, what a good view! What a good view I have from up here. Oh, what a charming young lawyer we have hiding in the courtroom. The accused we have quoted that wear the name Hiroshi Momo. Well. The lovely Japanese voice actor who reads all of Runo's lines. Voice actor? You're blaming me for that now? I refer to your objection line. You remember the occasion? Tell the court may take you demand for the nebulous reason. I don't remember, but I imagine it was rather a lot? So wait, it was 16 takes! Like, without sparing a single thought for the Mr. Shimono's vocal cords. Oh, Mr. Shimono. I heard Miss. Like, good gracious. Good gracious. But good gracious indeed, my lord, but that's not all. The following day, the reason's best known only because he struck dissatisfaction against Charles Mr. Shimono had to perform 12 takes of the phrase, despite the fact that it only uses a single objection soundbite in the game. Ah! The accused Ryunosuke is charged with the objectionable indulgence of crime. The prosecution seeks the harshest of sentences. Summary: the court must decide the following: guilty or innocent. Is 28 takes of objection indicative of pernickedness or perfectionism? No doubt. The final objection was an expression of Mr. Shimono's true feelings on the matter. You could be onto something, Hurley. Guilty as charged, I think. Iris! Isn't a defense lawyer supposed to side with a defendant? 5 tomorrow for adjudication. Here goes the quick center now. So see you later. Bye. Help me! To be continued. Help me! That's good day! Third charge. The defense should make a closing statement. Now, the defense has been making some inquiries about the figure of vital evidence. You have Iris? Oh, most intriguing. Something relevant to the case? Oh yes, very relevant. It's all here in its file. As he said yesterday, poor Mr. Shimon had to perform objection 28 times in total. But turns out that take was actually used in the end was the very first one. What? What a cruel taskmaster. You're right, Iris. That was new information. But did you really need to share it with the court? It may interest you to know that the objection we heard was take number 23. Forgive me! Okay, he's guilty, isn't he? Yup. Do they actually use like multiple takes for like another take of that? It would appear that the jurors are unanimous in the decision. 7 days.
今夜の判決は有罪。やはりね、全世界の陪審員諸君は僕の味方だからね。
Wow, that is a scream. Chronicles ended this week. Their defendant's trial is this week. I trust you shall attend the next trial. I think you got your just desserts there, Reno, don't you? Yeah, 28 takes is a bit much. Although, anyway, but yeah, Suzuku.
なるほど龍之介の罪深き7日間第4夜。
All the Bailey Courtroom. Hereby call the trial of the defendant Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Are the counsels ready for prosecution and defense? Ready to proceed to the fourth trial? Judicial Mrs. Automatic Kobo for defense. My lord, I am ready. Herlock Sholmes for the prosecution, my lord. In full readiness. I'm sure you're prepared. I'm starting to get strangely useless spending my evenings in this dock. But I should pretend to be their great attorney releases! That, my dear fellow, illustrates your crime to a tittle. Sorry, what does? Could it be that you're referring to the title of the work itself, Mr. Sholmes, the Great Ace Attorney? Very astute, my dear fellow. The unsurprising proposing of great is quite frankly an affront to the original title of Ace Attorney. You couldn't deny this cheap. But it's a rather good title, isn't it? The Great Ace Attorney. And just in case anyone cares, I'm not the one responsible for it. Besides, any enduring follower of Capcom's titles will recognize the addition of Great, as akin to the addition of Super, which the Ultimate, I suppose. What? There. I cannot read this fast! Not out loud. A great detective Herlock Sholmes with the sublime sepia deductions or such like. I fear that may be a little long. In many ways, the protagonist is really Mr. Naruhodo. In many ways, Mrs. Otto and Mr. Sholmes, they're. It's hard to say your full length. Suggested you. You can't especially phone it. Real issue here is that it's the title of the Great Ace Attorney. Makes all preceding titles seem somewhat less than great by comparison. Oh dear, are we back on that again? In summary, then, the court must decide the following. The Great Ace Attorney, a top title or a tawdry one? It's not too late, you know. There's still time to debut the title with a little sepia sublime bleh. Yep. Same as usual. Innocent, guilty. What do you say, juror? I'm guessing they're gonna this is the second time defending, but I'm sure I have something up my sleeve. That's the day! Anyway, I'm gonna use the bathroom real It's good. I'm gonna be right back. I'm drinking too much water lately. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Alright, let's see. Adjudication, let's go. A decision. He's not going to be found guilty. Defense should make a closing statement. It seems there was a particular constraint when the title was being decided. It insisted that Ace Attorney should feature in the title somewhere. That's right, which is why the creative team came up with suggestions such as Ace Attorney Renaissance, Ace Attorney Democracy, Industrial Revolution, Ace Attorney in London. And also here there's another candidate put forward. It's Sholmes and Ace Attorney. Oh, and why was that not chosen? That last statement of yours, Mr. Sholmes, is completely inconsistent with your earlier argument. So, something I said is inconsistent. 3 days ago, on the first of these trials, you made something very clear. That your appearance in this title was to be a closely guarded secret. That being the case, if the title you were hoping for had been chosen, that would have been amounted to an unforgivable spoiler. I couldn't deny that those aren't the words that didn't perhaps usher for my love so very long ago. Alright. Yep, not guilty. Not the conclusion I would have expected from a logical and reasonable jury, you must say. Alrighty then. I trust you shall attend the next trial. Just 3 days until the game goes on sale. I do hope you will attend tomorrow. They actually admit that like executives were basically saying you gotta put the title in there. Trial, the defendant Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Our counsel for the prosecution and defense ready to proceed with the trial. Yeah, I can't even pause it to look at the text. I'm sure you weren't ready. Oh, I could still read it, but I don't want to pause it in the middle of it. This is a waste of time. Why don't you focus on one thing now? There are only 3 days left before the release date, and there's still so much to do. And there, my lord, is a perfect example of the crime for which you accuse Tang's trial for today. Presume your suspicious behavior of moments ago? Suspicious behavior? What are you talking about? Your eyes, my dear fellow, your eyes! 2 enormous diamond plates crammed into that sitting head, with a lone raisin rolling around in each. Never before the world seen a defense lawyer with such an untrustworthy countenance. What my learned friend fails to appreciate is that it is expressed by the defendant. The trial's about to get underway at last. I am hungry for this win. So, while those dinner plate eyes might seem to suggest the defendant is scared, what really shows is the size of his appetite for victory. Sadly, this is not the only telltale sign of the accused's panic state mind. Though out of sight from the center of the tip of the iceberg, for underneath the dock, the accused's knees are knocking louder than its lordship's gavel. A clear indication of how shaken he is, as evidenced by all but 2 of the raisins being is charged with disastrously dinner plate eyes, for which the prosecution seeks the harshest of sentences. Alrighty. Decide guilty or not guilty. Display of nerves or unforgivable distraction. As you go for more raisins. Alright, we're reconvening at 5. Guilty or innocent? What say you, juror? This is a trial that we cannot afford to lose. My reputation as a lawyer is at stake. Basket day! Alright, adjudication. We got 3 more videos after this one. We're almost done with Ace Attorney. Alright. Closing statements to be made. Woefully wide eyes and cacophonic knocking knees. You Japanese have a curious manner. It's almost as if you wish to draw attention to your foibles. What did you say? It's really quite the most ridiculous thing at times. I think you're 2 plays short of a dinner set. I presume that's supposed to be some witty British idiom, is it? Is that the best the world famous great detective can do? Well, you hear the court's decision, I think, don't you? So pray tell... Guilty? Yup.
有罪有罪有罪
Feels like... Yeah, the jurors are unanimous in the decision. Some...
なるほど、龍之介。今夜の判決は有罪。やはりね、全世界の陪審員諸君は僕の味方だからね。
We hereby call an end to the 5th defendants. Talking about us Japanese like that, it's brazen mockery. Quite raising crockery indeed. But really, there's no need to dry or sour grapes. Curse you! Mr. Shaw should really think about raising the bar, I think. Alrighty. Suzuku. Alright, 3 more to go. Let's go.
なるほど龍之介の罪深き7日間第6夜
Alrighty. Yeah, there's Iris now. Hereby call is right over the defendant, Miss Ryunosuke getting out of the dude. Okay, 6th trial. Iris Wilson, my lord, humbly representing the defense. I am ready. Thank you. Yes. Election for the prosecution. We're eager to proceed, my lord. The dock is starting to feel like my home port now. But how many times you... He's a seeking feeling. Indeed, that very question brings us neatly to the crime of the day. What have you got, Hurley? How many times must this be a accursed lawyer, or the lawyer of the accused and his defense accused in the dock before they are satisfied? My defense lawyering dynasty, what? You recall, I presume, your future relation by the name of Phoenix Wright. I can't say the name rings a bell, no. He, like you, will be a defense lawyer designated for the dock twice. No doubt his fate was predetermined by yours, which has seen you charged with 7 crimes already. Between the pair of you now, there's a total of 9 court appearances. Yep. One of those 7 times isn't part of the game, Hurley. It's an escape room event. An event? What do you mean? Haven't you heard of it? Murder of the Old Bailey. It's hugely popular now. Well, I'm delighted they totally didn't enjoy Mr. Naruhodo's sweat. And 5 of the 7 appearances of the trial have been endured here. None of the these have to do with the game at all. Nevertheless, it's a poor protagonist who's so closely acquainted with the dog that before his adventures go on sale. If this trend continues, one can only presume that great tribulations as well as trial awaits in the game itself. Trials and tribulations. Alright! A Dock Dynasty. Oh boy. Alrighty. Naruhodo clan, whose role as the protagonist, total of 9 appearances in the dock, unsurprising or unforgivable. I have little doubt the number of will increase. I look forward to that. The prosecution of English is hard. Will is everyone will be convicted or not? Yeah. Let's go. The jury has reached a decision about the 6th charge brought against Ryusuke Naruhodo. Are there any closing statements? The prosecution acknowledges the recent rise in prominence of the so-called Dark Hero. The modern age has ushered a demise of protagonist of any kind guileless genius. Earlier, there was a master stroke. He didn't even bat an eyelid. However, the hero so dark that I apologize to Gordon a shade too far, over-egging the Black Pudding. I think you've overlooked something, Hurley. Pardon? Nearly all the main characters have appeared in Ace Attorney over the year, have been defendants of some description or other, and mostly hopeless cases. What are you saying? I'm saying that being in the dock is a sure sign of a venerable Ace Attorney hero. Very well, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, state your leanings for the court. Muzai.
罪深き被告人、なるほど龍之介。今夜の判決は無罪。やれやれ、賢明なる陪審員諸君とは思えない結果だね。
ありがとうございました。
Nevertheless, I trust you'll all be in attendance. That's right, tomorrow's the day, at last, release date. Alrighty. Can't wait for the release of the great Ace Attorney. Alright, last video. The final evening. Let's go.
なるほど龍之介の罪深き7日間最終夜。
Trial of the defendant Ryunosuke Naruhodo. The final trial. Let's go. Quite ready. For defense, and more than ready than I've ever been. Well, you're vacating the dock in favor of the defense's bench at least. For the past 6 days, I've watched my brothers working tirelessly to advocate for me. But tonight I'm defending myself. I'll show who fooled me from this side of the courtroom. That's a somewhat ambiguous turn of phrase, Mr. Naruhodo. Let's hope it's not you, Ryunosuke. Oh, yes, that was a bit unclear. Laudable determination, Mr. Naruhodo. And more timely, for this evening's proceedings call for redoubled. Great crime, what? Order, order, order! So, what are you referring to? What is this alleged great crime? Very well, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, I hereby formally charge you of a serious and heinous crime. A crime of... Oh!
我が名はバロック・バンジークス。
あの方はオールドベイリーの死神と呼ばれる 伝説の検事でございます。
なんですって。
罪深き被告人、なるほど龍之介。貴公の罪状は殺人。馬鹿げている。このような評決認められぬ。
僕はやっていません。そんな殺人なんて。
異議あり。いい目をしている日本人よ。ありもしない勇気という幻想にすがり立ち向かってくる無謀なる瞳。そうでなければならない我が生贄は極東の島国にてまずは裁きを受けるがいい。改定の期日は明日7月9日だ。いずれ法廷で相まみえるとしよう日本人。
なるほど様、7月9日いよいよでございますね。
では行こうか。
バロック・バンジークス検事、そして全世界の陪審員の皆さん、僕は必ず無罪を勝ち取ってみせる。そう、製品版で。
歴史的な開国から数十年、極東の島国にまさに今西洋文化の大波が押し寄せていた。そんな時代を舞台に一つの物語が幕を開く。
事件を解決いたしましょう。私どもの手で必ず。
それでは謎解きを始めるとしようか。この奇怪なる殺人事件、その真相をね。
僕は弁護士になる。必ず。
なるほど様ならばきっとできます。私信じていますとも。
僕も心震わせながら横で見ているとも。
できれば参加してもらえますか、ホームズさん。
Man, the colors are very crisp.
大英帝国へ弁護士と名探偵、今奇跡の開口を果たす。
異議あり。大逆転裁判、なるほど龍之介の冒険、いよいよ明日発売。
Oh? You don't mean to say this is the end? But there's a great crime prepared for Mr. I don't know who'll be bereft without it! Never mind, Hurley. We'll just have to wait for Reno and the others at Baker Street. At least we could play the Great Ace Attorney to pass the time. Yes, required right. We shall be waiting faithfully in London. Until we meet again, I remain your humble servant, Savant Herlock Sholmes. We continue to the full game. Yay! Alright, so doesn't that get you excited to play the game? No? Because we already played it? Okay. Like, I really like these, like the fact that there's a bunch of unused tracks. I would love to see someone work with that. And then it got that, yeah. Number 12, jeez. I like the synth feel of it, but wait, what? Yeah. Bit hard boiled, but it could fit in other games, but probably not this one. I kind of like this one, but it probably would have fit a lot, like, really well with, like, Strongheart's, like, indiction. Yeah, this one feels a bit darker. Yeah, too much, like, objection. Oh yeah, this one just does not sound good. This just feels... Yeah, this one feels a lot better, but that one, no! Diminish? Am I supposed to conjure a feeling of unease and anxiety? Oh, this one just like this sound effect I love. Okay, that's a bit fast. To accompany the visual effect of the shattering glass. Wait, what? Or rather, the sound effects used to set the scene of the workplace of Lord Strongheart. In actual fact, its appearances in the game are rather few in number. Lol. So I happen to have studied Morse code. I just set off a telegram machine from home and recorded some real sounds. Past experiences come in very useful sometimes. This is a special sound effect used exclusively to portray Wagahai the cat, getting caught up in Sholmes' violin. Non-visual scenes expressed only with audio, like these are really worthwhile. What the? What the heck? Okay, there we go. a violin valued at 1 million yens, by the way. Oh my gosh, no! Just have it tap and scratch gently.
Naruhodo-san, I never imagined I would witness one of Mr. Sholmes' great deductions with my own eyes. Nothing can deceive Mr. Sholmes. In a single glance, he can deduce all there is to know about a person. It's quite true. I've read about it countless times in the adventures of Herlock Sholmes, and now I've experienced the astonishing impact of his art firsthand. It really is a dream come true.
You know times, Mr. Naruhodo. I think that though I have an undeniable turn for detection, I may well be even more adept at larceny.
And then, in tomorrow's papers, the headlines will be, Discharged Diver is Dauntless Do-Gooder. Isn't that right, Runa?
Of course they will. I have absolute faith in you.
How was that? I was trying to sound like Susie. Did it work? Did it?
I love that there's just like a few of these lines that are actually in the game, but not actually voiced, so...
You've become conceited with age, Council, but the old have to stand aside and make way for the new. It's the way of the world. May you never forget that. 1,000 millennia may pass, and still the Aochi clan will never measure up to the Naruhodo clan.
Those eyes of yours, young Nipponese, they shroud your fear, your doubt, your trepidation. They run wild, clinging to some phantom notion of courage. The quintessential look of a sacrificial lamb.
What is this welling up inside me? I've never felt like this before. It's a sort of conviction to break down all the lies and deception. Oh, it's so intense, almost rage-like. And more than anything else, it's an animalistic desire to take down my prey.
Wow, that sounds...
The truth is, when it happened, I did it because I'd lost a little of my faith in the law. I was worried that the right person wouldn't be convicted of the crime. But the moment I allowed myself to think that is the moment I lost my right to call myself a judicial assistant.
Mrs. Sato, I'd hoped to have you always at my side, to guide me and support me. Please, come back soon. As far as I'm concerned, you really are the very best judicial assistant in the world.
Aww. Oh, wait. Yeah, this. Before I knew it, Mr. Teriyama was here. Yeah, because this one feels a lot darker. Huh.
Her mit dem Schwarzbiergebot, brodelnd wie ein Feuerberg, den Schlund es mir verbrannt, ach Hopfen deine Wut.
Oh my goodness! Like this Sonic is. What makes something cool? Turns out tap dancing was just the thing for it to make it really about tap dancing. Oh my goodness, yeah. A vamp that would signal the coming of a full-on pursuit. But I also thought as I wrote it that it could be used to ratchet up the tension during an investigation section as well. Yeah, okay. So yeah, this one was actually written during an adventure. A new pursuit for Resolve. Yeah, a pursuit style of Rinosuke's theme. Yes! Yes, exactly! I freaking said yes. Yeah, so dude just doesn't work for pursuit phase. You gotta go full hog wild. Wasn't kind of like a produce a piece that didn't simply ruin everything that had come before. Yeah, some things just stick with you, I guess. Oh. And they didn't hear the credits for. But yeah. But yeah. With that, that's the end of. That'll be it for the. With that, that'll be it for the great Ace Attorney Chronicles. It's been fun playing through these, games, and I'm glad that we got it, that it was ported. So now I'm gonna figure out what we're gonna do next. So I'll be right back. See you later.